Hello everyone, I am Ramon with Ramon at Home, and today we're going live. I am making this huge wreath for the front of our store. We're decorating for fall and it's looking exquisite. Here at Aim Street Interiors, we have a huge flower shop selection, the biggest I've ever seen. Donna really does love her florals. So when we planned out the fall for this year's look, I wanted to do it bigger than life. I've always had big ideas, however, I've never really been able to produce them because of X, Y, or Z. But today we're gonna show you how to make this huge wreath. What I've done is, there's these two lanterns outside, so I've done this ginormous swags with these trees, and we did some bouquets with some greenery. However, this wreath is gonna be in a circle, so they're gonna be these big swags of trees and flowers and stuff, and then the wreath is gonna be in the middle. So it's going to be huge, it's going to be lush, it's going to be gorgeous. And meanwhile, I'll give you guys some tips on how to make wreaths. I'm gonna disappear for a second. I wanna broadcast this live on my Facebook and my Facebook page. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back with you guys, and we're gonna get to working and giving you tips about how to make a beautiful fall wreath. If you don't follow me, please follow me, and if you follow me, please share this video in your social medias. I wanna see how many people I can get to watching, okay? Let me disappear for a second, and I'll be right back to make a gorgeous wreath. I am sharing on Aim Street Interiors. I am sharing on my personal Facebook. And I'm also sharing on my Ramon at Home page, so it's gonna be all over the map. So I want you guys to really help me and share this on your social media. And I think I'm already sharing at the west bottoms. So let's do this. The first thing I have to tell you, when you make a wreath of this size, what you want to do is put a wire to hang it on the back. Here at Aim Street Interiors, we have all the tools we need. We have tape, we have wire, and what we do on a slow day is we pre-tape our wires. And what I want to do is I'm gonna, about this much, I don't know if you guys can see, I'm gonna twist it around because that's gonna be where our wreath hangs from, and I don't want it to come crashing down. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna spin around like that, and on this grapevine wreath I'm going to go ahead and insert it, and then we're going to tie. And you want this to be really tight because, like I said, I don't want somebody to walk through the door and then crash a wreath on their head. So I'm just gonna make sure that it's really, really tight. If you guys have any questions while I make this wreath, please feel free to leave them in there. I cannot be answering your questions right now because I want to make it as fast as possible, but I will get to your questions this time, I promise. So then the next thing we're going to do is, I have these bushels of greenery. The first thing we want to do is green our wreath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put a pick. Here at our store we have this pick machine. Actually we have like 4. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and insert a pick. And normally for a smaller wreath I would actually separate the picks, but I'm not going to because it's such a massive wreath. And the one thing that I learned when I worked at a flower shop is about balance, and you always have to have a circular motion going on your wreath. So actually I'm not even going to put a pick on them, but I'm just going to go ahead and insert. And what we want is to cover this massive wreath with greenery so you don't see the grapevine. It takes a second, but I wanted to do this live because I enjoy doing live sessions. I like to interact with you guys and hear your comments and talk with you while I'm doing it. So if you like me doing live sessions, please give this video a thumbs up, and I'll continue doing them here at Aim Street Interiors. The store where I work as I was saying to you earlier, this store has a huge flower department. Donna, the owner, is just a lover of silk flowers, and she always brings beautiful, beautiful silks to the store all year round. I mean, we have them for spring, we have them for summer, we have them for fall, we have them for Christmas. Right now, we're about to finish with fall decorating, and I cannot wait for you guys. I'm gonna make a video about it because the store really turned out to be gorgeous. Let me read a comment. Hello from Florida. Hey Casey, how are you doing? I hope you're enjoying this video. If you guys are, please help me share it on your Facebook, your Twitter. I want to see how many people I get to watching me making this wreath. All right, so that's for now. I'm gonna just do that. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use another kind of foliage, and we're using all full colors and as many. That is another secret I can give you. You can use as many foliage that you want to give more texture to the wreath. So we're gonna do that, and by the time you're done putting foliage, I mean, you won't even, it's so full of texture and so full of color. Once again, keep in mind that we're going on a circular motion, a clock motion. So we're gonna continue doing that with this beautiful magnolia. And what we're trying to do is just cover that grapevine wreath because we don't want to see it. And even though it's gonna be up high, you don't really wanna see that material. It has to be beautiful and lush. So, okay, we're gonna go ahead and put this one up on the top because it's taller. And I don't know if you remember, we have a glue pen here. We actually, a lot of people have asked me where you get the glue pen. You can go to Amazon, and the manufacturer is called Oasis. So if you just put Oasis glue pellets, then you can find it on Amazon, and I recommend you get yourself some. I get it on the 16 ounce little bags, like a Ziploc bag, and it's super inexpensive. It's like $11, and it will make your life so much easier. I promise. I promise, I promise. It changed my life. All right, so we have that, and then I have this other magnolia foliage. Like I said, more texture. So this one is orange. So I'm gonna add this bit of orange magnolia that I have. Some of them I pick, some of them I don't. The ones that I know they're gonna stay there, I don't need to pick. Who likes magnolia foliage? If you like magnolia, please give this video a thumbs up. It's one of my favorite foliages to work with. I just think it's so pretty. Our phone is ringing at the store, but we're closed, so we're not going to answer it. All right, so that, I'm gonna put another one here. And then your eye really will decide where you want that foliage to go. As long as there is the same foliage all throughout the wreath, then it should be fine. Okay, so we're gonna start adding some flowers, and the first thing we're gonna add, these are really pretty bells of Ireland, and look how long these are. I'm not gonna cut any of it, but these ones will need to be picked. I really don't, actually, you know what, I am gonna cut a few inches. So we're gonna give this a little bend forward, and I have a lot of these flowers, so what I'm gonna do is I put one going up, I'm gonna put one going down, and always make that forward motion because that's what gives that wreath that the 3D feel to it. So I did one on the top, so I'm gonna do one on the bottom. You guys probably will not see that. And I promise I will post a photo on my social media of the end result once I put it outside. So I'm gonna put one there. I'm gonna put one going up. Now the other secret I can give you is you wanna do it by sections. Like I already did a section right here, then I'm gonna do a section right here, then you do a section on the left and one on the right, and that will help you keep your balance when you do such big work. So we're gonna do that. We have plenty of these, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a few more. Then we'll move on to the next flower. We're gonna add some really pretty sunflowers. We're gonna add some pumpkins and gourds, and by the time I'm done with this puppy, it's gonna be huge and it's gonna be gorgeous, I promise you. All right, so see how that one went this way? Well, now I need one to balance it on the other side. I always recommend you do balance while you're working, because then after, if you don't balance while you work, then at the end of the wreath, it might end up not looking too good. So I'm gonna insert right there. Like I said, look how my stems are moving forward, and that's what I want. All right, I'm gonna add. Do you guys have any questions so far I can answer for you? Are you watching on Facebook? Are you watching on YouTube? Okay, we're gonna put one more right here. Oh, do I have one more? Yes, I do. So I can balance. Balance is very important when you're making wreaths if you want them to look beautiful. Hello from Miramar, Florida. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys being so, ow. Oh my gosh. I just got myself really bad. Okay, we're gonna keep going. That's a pig or something. Ow. I'm gonna put a Band-Aid on. I'll be right back. Look at this. I couldn't find that Band-Aid, so I just put some paper towels and I'll make sure I wash it, but I have to continue going. That really hurt, you guys, but this is just what happens when you are doing this kind of design work. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. So we're gonna add some of these really pretty flowers, and that's gonna start filling in some of our work. My finger is throbbing, you guys, but I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going, then I'll wash it, and I will when you know, that's the problem with working with these pick machines. When you don't cut yourself, you will burn yourself. And the other day I burned myself so bad that I took the skin off my finger. But you have to keep going. You have to keep going. Show must go on. Thank you all so much for taking time. I have 46 people watching on YouTube. If you guys want to invite your friends, share it on your social media, share it on your Facebook. I really just want to be, I'm curious to see how many people I get watching this video. And because tomorrow I have to hang this copy outside, so my outside is finished. Thank you so much. I already cut myself and it hurts so bad. I sliced it open, but this is not the first time that happened, so. Okay, so I need to keep adding some of these flowers. I am so thankful and grateful that I work in this place where my boss, Donna, just literally lets me do, you know, as long as the store is beautiful, she really don't care. And like I said, right now we're about to be done with fall decorating for 2 stores, and I think she's happy so far, so I'm happy that she's happy. As long as she's happy and the customers are happy, I'm happy. Also, if you guys see any products that you like, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I can probably tell you where to get them. See how big that's getting? I'm letting it fly, like I used to say, just let it fly. Because it's gonna be up high, so if we make it too skimpy, then people won't notice. And we want people to see it from the street. Okay, so I'm gonna add one more of these. Where do I need it? I need it right here. Right there. So now, what I want to add, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these big pine cones that we have here at the store. I hung so many of these from a grid the other day up at the other store, and I just love them. So what I do is I put a wire on them, and I just twist. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and add these guys right here. Actually, you have to insert. Right. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna wait for those later on. So I'm gonna add some sunflowers to this. Continue on with the flowers. Sometimes I get carried away and I just jump from one material to the other one, and I always recommend that work with one material at a time. It just makes your life so much easier, I promise. And look how they're all radiating, going the same way. That is the biggest secret I can give you. We're gonna add one on the bottom, but it has to come this way, so it has the same motion. Now what that pick machine does is really does help it hang on to the grapevine. I'm gonna go to the other side and insert. Sometimes you have to bend down to insert upside down. These sunflowers we got here at the store are so beautiful. I am so glad that I moved to a new apartment, because I used to just buy all this stuff, and now that I live in an apartment, well, I don't have a place for it, so I don't buy stuff anymore, but I get to come here and play with all this beautiful product that we have here in the store. Got this. Are you guys having fun? Please give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying this live feed, and if you would like me to do it again, I would love to do it again for you guys if you are having fun. And if you're learning, the main purpose of me doing this is because I want everybody to learn a few tricks from this trade, because I know everybody out there loves a pretty wreath or a pretty centerpiece or a pretty bouquet. So I'm gonna add one down here. You know, it's so much easier to make the wreath smaller, but when you have to make a big scale wreath, you poke, you burn your fingers, but the end result is gonna be so pretty, I promise. Okay, so we're gonna put that there. I'm gonna put a bow on the top, so I'm not going to put as many as I like to on the top. Then I have this other kind of foliage. Let me see, what do I have? Now, this type of wreath also, I recommend you do with some of your leftover foliage from other projects. And here in the store, we do so many projects that we always have leftover product. And sometimes you just don't know what to do with that product. Well, this is a perfect thing to do, an oversized wreath or any type of wreath, because you can use, you know, materials. Just use materials that you already have, and you don't have to actually go out and buy any. If I don't have to go out and buy any, then you know what, better for me. And I just want to remind you that I do have two Dollar Tree wreaths coming up really soon. We're gonna be using some of the same tricks, but it'll be on a budget, because I know a lot of you guys, just like myself, are on a budget. Alright, you guys, well, I'm gonna keep adding some of these grapevine, and I'm gonna stay a little bit longer after we're done with the video. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. I'm gonna look too good when I'm up close to the camera, but I really do want to answer some of the questions you may have about making wreaths of this scale. Let's see. It is that easy, I promise. The secret is to not be afraid. And just, look, I'm just poking, and I'm just letting my eyes see where I'm going with it. I promise you, it's that easy. And then the other secret I can give you, and it really works for me, is to just add one item or element at a time. I'm right now adding a little bit more of this magnolia because I feel like it needs orange. So we're gonna add some more orange. And like right now, I poke over there because there's a lot of orange over here, but there's not enough over here. So that's why I say my eyes tell me where to go. Sometimes you just have to step back and look at it again and again and again to make sure that you are poking in the right position, and not just putting it too heavy on one side or too heavy on the other side. All right, guys, has anyone shared this video on your social media? If you did, I want to see a thumbs up. I want to see if it moves or not. If you shared it on Facebook or on YouTube, I want to see if you guys did. I'm at 22 likes, so I want to see how many of you guys. I really appreciate it, just because I want to see how many people I can get to watch me making this wreath and learning some tricks of this beautiful trade that is decorating. I really wish you guys could see the store right now. It's so pretty, so pretty. All right, I'm gonna put one down here. And I have one more magnolia. Let's see, what do I need to cover? Up here on the top, same thing. See, just my eye just told me that. Up here. I also need a magnolia right here. And I have one left, how lucky. All right, let's see, I'm gonna put it right here. It's looking good, you guys. I'm liking it, look at that. It's big and lush. All right, so now I'm going to add, I have some of these foliage. I'm gonna keep adding some of these other foliage over here. I just find another. The cool thing about being live is because I don't have to worry about, you know, when I'm recording a video, I have to stop and I have to redo it and I have to stop and I have to redo it. Well, right now it's live. You know, I caught myself and I just had to go get a finger wrapped and I have to keep going, because if I would have been recording, then I would have just been like, I'm done. You know, this can wait till tomorrow, and I would have probably been cried because it really hurt. The pick went all the way around my finger. All right, don't forget to go behind too, just because sometimes that's what also creates balance going in and out. I have this really pretty eucalyptus. Now the only thing I did do before I started is I pre-cut all of my materials, because I knew, you know, if I take a little bit longer to cut sizes, then would be here forever. So I just pre-cut all of my material. That way I can move a little bit faster. All right, so we have a pretty full wreath. Let's see, need something right here. So now what I want to add is some pumpkins. And here at the store we have a great selection of pumpkins. So I'm gonna add a few. Let's see. I have 4, 5, 6, 7 little pumpkins we're going to add. And we want to add these pumpkins just like you would add a flower. So what I'm gonna do, and I want this really close to the grapevine, so they just look like a flower. Now here's the secret. You see this stem? What I do is I'll give it a bend. That way, when it inserts, it has that curvature that you need for it to show. So I'm gonna add one right here. So I just split. See, I just burned myself. Ow, 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 ow. Show must go on. Okay. So we have one right there. Then I need a bigger one, because I want it on the same spot. Curvature. Dip it on the glue. Actually, this is kind of coming out, so I'm gonna put some glue on it. I can put it back in. All right, like that. But I want it lower, so I'm going to go ahead. Sometimes it's better if you just add groups of them instead of having them all scattered throughout your wreath or your project. So I added 2 right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add one to the top. Actually to the bottom, because we're gonna put a bow on the top, so I don't want it to be covered all the way. I'm gonna make it a curve, dip it in the glue, and I'm gonna add it right here. Okay, so I have one last big one. This one does need a pick. Some of them need a pick. I don't know if you saw me that I only pick a few, because if the stem is thick enough, then I don't need to pick it. But what I do with these styrofoam ones is I take the pick out. Well, that one doesn't need to, but I really usually take the pick out, put some glue, and put it back on so it doesn't fall from the pick. Okay, so I'm gonna add one more right here. Let me squeeze it in. In. Sometimes when the wreath is starting to be that full, you really have to dig in there to like make sure that it really attaches. Then we have some really pretty little ones, and I'm gonna add a few of the little ones. Give it a bend, and I'm gonna add one right there, because it's better if you have sets of 3s, 2s, and then a single one. So there's 3, there's 2. I'm gonna put a little one by itself on the top. You know what? I don't know how much it would sell for. I don't know. I have to add the materials. And like I said, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm using a lot of the leftover stuff. So if I was to price, I would have to price it with new materials. So I don't know, but I will find out. I'm sure my boss is going to want to know. All right, so I'm gonna add one more here. That's cute, that's cute. All right, so the next thing I wanna show you guys how to do is to pick a pine cone. And I've shown you in a video before. It's just so nice to have all the right tools to do this kind of work. So what I do is, let me cut this real quick. We use this at the store. We have a pine cone that I picked up from the backyard. Then I have a pick with a wire. We put a wire on it. We have all kinds of what do you call this? Stakes. And then you just put a wire on the top, and then you have a picked pine cone. So easy, you guys. And then what you want to do with that is you just dip that into the glue, and then you add it to your wreath, and that also will give it some texture to your wreath. So I already picked some of them. I'm just gonna add a few of the little ones because we have some massive ones. So we want to have texture because we're adding some big ones, and we want to add some small ones, just like with the pumpkin, just to give it a lot of texture. All right, so let me make a bow. I'm gonna make a bow with this really pretty ribbon. There is a video that I show you guys how to make 3 styles of bows. So what I want to do with that, this is gonna be my tails, that long. So I'm gonna put that to the side, and I'm gonna start with my bow. And I want 2 little tails and 2 longer tails. So I just pinch. Can somebody tell me for how long I've been talking? I feel like I've been talking for a long time. Oh, Justin, you're so funny. I wonder how long this has been going for. This wreath would usually take me about 2 hours if I did it without being alive. Just because, you know, you have to answer the phone, you have to do certain things, and have to stop sometimes. Remember to give it a twist because you want all the pretty parts of this ribbon to show. So I'm going to stop right here because I think that's all I have. So yeah, that's enough. Then I'm gonna grab my other tails, and I'm going to put them in here with it. And like I said, I already put a video up of how to make these bows. They're really easy and they're really striking. We're just doing the simple bow with 4 tails. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wire it. The other thing is, like I said, you guys, if you have a wire tape or a tape wire, it makes life so much easier, I promise. And I'm gonna have to extend this wire because it's really small, and I know that Grapevine right now with all those elements, it got thicker than I thought. So what I do is I spin them around just like at the very beginning, and then I twist them around, and now I have an extra long wire. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here to the top. And I'm actually gonna take it off the stand because the last time I did this, I grabbed the stand and I taped it with, see, like right here, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do it on my hand right here. So pull real hard, and then I can do it on the bottom right now. So where is my, oh, right here. Now, this is a cool part about it. Wait till I see, oh. You cannot see the tape, so I'm gonna spread that. Spread, spread, spread. Now here is a cool part. This is what I want to show you guys. I'm going to wire some of these big pine cones that we have, and I'm gonna probably use 3. So I'm gonna have to double wire. Are you guys learning something? While I can get closer while I rather this. Thumbs up if you learn some tricks. 250, it is huge. It really is bigger than life. But like I said, it's going outside, and the swags outside are huge. Hello Donna, how are you doing, friend? I just want to say thank you guys for all your kind comments about my aunt. I'm gonna make a follow-up video about her, and I really do appreciate all of your kind comments and all your words of encouragement for her. I'll let her know. So I'm gonna go ahead and wire all of them while I tell you about that. I'll make a video about it because I feel like because you guys being so kind, I have to let you know. And what I'm doing right now is just twisting this wire, and then I have 2 tails so I can attach. Okay, and one last one right here. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and put those on the center with a bow, just to give it a little bit more drama, because I like drama. Some people like candy, I like drama. Drama, drama, drama. Thumbs up for drama. So I'm gonna put this down. The cool thing about this, because you can like, look, I'm just gonna mess it up right now, and then I'll rearrange, because this is not going my way if I try to do it pretty. So, okay, so like that, and then just give it a spin. Boom. Pull your ribbon back out. There's one pine cone. Then I want right in the center. And I'm gonna go all the way under all the ribbons. And I'm gonna pull, 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 really tight. And then I'm gonna tie it. All those ribbons are on the way. All right, so there's 2, and because one that went that way, we're gonna go poof, and then we're gonna flap our ribbon again. You know, you can be as rough as you want, and then just flap at the end. Okay, that's pretty. One more. I'm gonna go under here. We're gonna go pull, pull, as hard as you can, pull. And then don't be afraid, that is the other thing, don't be afraid to be rough with it and then just fluff it at the end. Up, let's go. Okay, here we go. There we go. And that one's gonna go the same way. Now we're gonna pull our tails forward. I want the little tail first. And then we're going to dovetail those tails. And that's what gives it a little bit more. We're gonna do one shorter one. How about this short? Make sure the pretty size shows. And then the other thing is like give it a little wrinkle. Then this one, look what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna tie it around this flower and make a little knot, just for pretty. And then we'll dovetail this one. And then this one, we'll just spin around first. It's a longer tail, so I'm gonna give it a little give right here. Then I'm gonna go around this right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing and just tie it like that. But I want them to go down like a ladder motion. It's just easier on the eye. Oof. All right, so now, so you can see my pine cones. Actually, I think I'm gonna cut him a little bit shorter, so you can see that pine cone behind, right there. Then I have one last sunflower, and what I wanna do with that sunflower, see this one came off. Well, when you have this glue, you can just dip it on the glue and put it back in. This one I'm gonna cut shorter. I'm gonna dip it in a little glue, and I'm gonna stick it right here in the middle. So there's one pretty sunflower right there in the middle. Do you guys like it so far? Isn't it looking beautiful? All right, let me step back. Oh my gosh, what's going on with this? All this glue. Donna's gonna kill me. Well, I'll take care of it tomorrow. Let's see, let me step back and see. See, I feel like I need something right here because there's too many spaces. So lucky for me, I still have some of these flowers. You always also want to leave some elements towards the end because you might have to fill in some spots. And I always leave a lot of elements towards the end. Where's my cutters? Oh, put them in. All right, so I'm gonna put one coming out of right there. Dip it in my glue. And I'm gonna put it right here. And then give it a bend forward. Like that. Now it's even. And to fill in that space, I'm gonna grab some of this greenery to kind of cover that. Right there. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it turned out really pretty. I really love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous and it's gonna look so pretty with those swags on the lantern. Like I said, there's this, I'll show you guys tomorrow. I'll put a picture on my social media. Do you guys have any questions I can answer right now? If you do, I'll give you a few minutes before I finish this. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. Tony, thank you. I'd like to answer some questions if you do. I will price it out and let you guys know about how much that is if we were to sell it retail. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. If you do want to see more videos like this, let me know and I'll be glad to do it. As long as you're watching, I'll keep making them, alright? Thank you. Bye.